You crazy? I know the fuck you nigga playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up.
What happens when the Kingmaker turns against his own creation? Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend who built Gervonta Tank Davis into a boxing superstar, just crossed the line in the most shocking way possible.
What does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny, but for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be there without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
He told me he used to come to the gym and you'd be outside, sleep in front of the gym, in front of the door.
Yeah, I used to run from I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym, don't tell my grandma.
Reports are flooding in that Floyd attacked Tank so badly that it sent him straight to the hospital, forcing him to cancel his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach. But why would Mayweather go after his former protege like this?
An issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was. For real? That's what I was.
And what's really driving this brutal fallout between boxing's biggest stars? Buckle up, because this story isn't just about fists flying, it's about betrayal, egos, and a rivalry that's spiraling completely out of control. Nobody saw this coming.
He was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket.
Gervonta Davis was all set to face Lamont Roach in what was supposed to be a major fight to kick off his final year in boxing. Fans were already debating whether Roach's technical skills and sharp defense could expose Tank's weaknesses, but before anyone could see the two square off in the ring, chaos broke out behind the scenes.
Trash. What changed? What made this trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like, the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to
you think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like say you got to squawk today.
Floyd Mayweather, Tank's former mentor, allegedly confronted him in a private gym session that turned violent. Multiple sources confirm that the argument started over Tank's decision to retire at the peak of his career. Floyd, who dedicated years to building Tank into the next big thing, felt betrayed and furious. Things quickly escalated.
What changed? What made this trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like, the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like like say you got a spark today.
Floyd, known for his precision, even outside the ring, landed punches that left Tank hospitalized. The injuries were serious enough to derail the fight with Roach entirely, leaving fans in disbelief and wondering if this was the final chapter in the Floyd-Tank saga.
Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go.
To understand why Floyd snapped, you have to go back to the complicated history between these two. Floyd Mayweather didn't just see Tank as a fighter, he saw him as his legacy. After dominating the sport himself, Floyd handpicked Gervonta to carry the torch, investing years into grooming him for stardom, from the flashy lifestyle to the undefeated record.
You stole the show, I know it's, you're the main event, you're supposed to, but you delivered.
Right.
And you, after it, said, knock, knock, Tank.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door. You came over here, said light skin. A lot of fight fans like when people call out and things like that.
But only person that don't like it is him. He's kind of weird. But now he got no choice but to fight me. The fans want him to fight me. After what I just did tonight against a guy that's bigger than him, come on now. If I touch him, what's gonna happen? Talk about that. Everybody want to talk about, oh, Keyshawn, what if he touch you? What if I touch him? Yeah, okay.
Tank was supposed to be Floyd's living proof that his formula for success worked. But Tank's rise to fame and glory also came with problems. I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance to focus 100% on boxing. One day you're worried about the position that your family is in. You worry about your living conditions. So that's why, fighters are not able to.
And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palm Told Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you."
Guys like Shakur or Devin, what would his legacy be then in your eyes?
I think his legacy will be in his time, which he need to be respected for, that Tank did what most of the greats did in their time. One ballot, as far as I'm concerned, Hall of Famer. So based on that, in his time, as far as his era, where it was loaded with fighters or fights and fighters that could have fought each other and they didn't. Every era has that same situation. I don't think they're ever going to go away or ever would be something dismissed from eras of conversation. But I think Tank Davis, understand his path and going to go by what he feels. Hey, he's young still, might change his mind, who knows? Something might happen in the next 1 or 2 fights where there's an automatic repeat or rewind of something spectacular on his way out.
He got him a Jeep at the time. Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep 4X4, He basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you."
I gotta do that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I wouldn't say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You know, and what I was told was, Yavin sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Ben. You know, that's what I was told at the time. So the two clashed behind the scenes, the Tank feeling like Floyd was too controlling, and Floyd believing Tank didn't appreciate his guidance